time.
He did, which gives us our next and final topic for today, which is Star Wars. Disney dropped the official trailer a couple weeks ago for Mandalorian and Grogu movie. A Mandalorian and Grogu movie. Look, you gonna say something?
I didn't know that.
Yeah, they dropped it a couple weeks
cool.
ago. And I didn't watch the show. But I could tell you this. Disney has done something horrible with Star Wars, where they've made show upon show upon show upon show.
Upon movie upon movie
Well,
upon movie.
the movies were Force Awakens was good. The second one I think was Last Jedi was eh. And then the Rise of Skywalker was just a last Hail Mary to close off the thing, right?
Yeah, for sure.
Because why would you bring back Palpatine? Oh, then all of a sudden Rey is a Palpatine? Like,
Okay.
you know what I mean? Did you see Mandalorian?
No, yeah, I watched the first episode.
Oh, you watched the first episode.
I didn't put it back on after that.
Well, everyone loves the show.
My family did watch it though, and they said that they loved it. I started watching it. I got a little bored of the first episode, and then
Same.
I just said
Yeah.
I'll get back to it, and then I never got back to it.
Yeah, I never got back to it either. But everyone,
I did hear really good stuff about the first season, or the first however long the Mandalorian went for.
I posted a video of my reaction on my channel of the Mandalorian, and I said that it looks all right. And everyone started dogging on me like, "Oh, you didn't watch the show though, so you don't know." I'm like, "Yeah, I don't know." But first impressions, as a person that's never seen the show, it doesn't look very good. You know, like that's what I'm trying to say. You know what I mean? But Disney is oversaturated.
Yeah, again, it's the same thing with Toy Story as well. They're doing this for the money because it has the good name.
I agree.
Toy Story has such a big name. That's why they're doing a fifth one. Star Wars, they won't ever let it stop. It'll be freaking like 2025. It'll be like 4084. They're still going on with Star Wars.
Yeah, they're still going on with Star Wars. And look,
Like, no, it's Galaxy Wars.
oh, literally, and then of course their first marketing tactic is the fact that it has Grogu in it. So they're gonna make merch on top of merch on top of merch, and then they're gonna have deals with food places, and it's gonna be insane.
Yeah, I mean, granted, I'll give Mandalorian a try. I mean, I do love the Star Wars movies
For sure.
and I've had really. English is difficult sometimes, you know, you guys. Tell me about it. I've heard really good things about the Mandalorian, but it's just getting dragged.
Oh, yeah, and
Voice crack. It's just getting dragged.
damn, damn. But it is. I think it is getting a little dragged out. And when I saw the trailer, and I said this in the review, and someone didn't understand what I was saying. It looks like a Disney Plus show. It still has that color palette that looks like a Disney Plus show. It still has that quality of a Disney Plus show. They didn't change anything cinematically about it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's still the same quality, that weird gray look. It has that same. It looks like a Disney Plus. So if someone
Disney
watches, if someone watches the trailer, they're gonna look at it and go, "Oh, it's another episode of Mandalorian and Grogu," because there's nothing different about the quality and the cinematic touch of the movie. It doesn't look like a movie. It looks like another episode of Mandalorian and Grogu. You know what I mean? But I'm not excited for it. I mean, I'm gonna have to watch it because it's my job. I watch movies. I'm a filmmaker. You know, we're filmmakers. We can watch movies, but I'm gonna have to watch the show and see what the hype is about. But
So from what you're saying, from how I understand it, it looks like a continuation of The Mandalorian by the way it looks,
yes,
but with a separate name.
yeah. The movie's just called the Mandalorian and Grogu. That's the title of the movie, just straight up.
Yeah.
But the quality of it and the look of it and the style is literally
Very Disney Plus.
It's just the same. It's the same thing as a Disney
Yeah.
Plus. It's the same thing. Whatever. I mean, I'm not looking forward to it, but when it comes out, I think it's gonna make automatically a little bit of money because it has the name Star Wars and Mandalorian and Grogu in the front of it.
Oh yeah, that's already the money grabber.
But in my gut, I have a feeling this is gonna be a very trashed movie. People are not gonna like it, and if it is good, it's not gonna make the money that it should.
Is it the same directors as The Mandalorian?
I didn't do research on that part.
Fair enough.
I would think so.
Yeah, I mean, again, like what I've been saying, The Mandalorian, I've heard really good things. So I mean, like, no, I have some hopes for it. If The Mandalorian was good, like the director is good, I hope it's good.
I hope. I mean, we don't want any movie to fail, but just
No.
from the past track record of how Star Wars has been box office wise and fans wise, going from a Disney Plus show to a movie, I don't think it's going to do amazing. Even though, you know, if it probably is the same director, same actor. You know, Pedro Pascal plays Mandalorian. And it's probably going to be the same director, just because it's worked. So I don't know. Let us know your guys' thoughts in the comments and whatnot.
Yeah, but that kind of leads us into
Ben has something to
I
say.
have a hot take.
Sorry, go for it.
I think Rogue One is better than all three of the last Star Wars.
I think I agree with you.
I like Rogue One. I really like that movie.
I think I agree with you.
I think Rogue One. I even like Solo too, but that's another hot take.
I like Solo more than Rogue One.
Those last three, it's hard to watch. I thought they did such a good job with Rogue One, embodying that pressure, embodying that that resilience for what was actually happening. And I thought it was such a cool little segment that they actually really did, was like, how did they get those plans? And they showed you.
I agree with you.
I thought that was really cool.
I agree with you. I agree with Ben. I think Rogue One is definitely better than Force Awakens, Last Jedi, and Rise of Skywalker. For sure. When I saw it was so cool to see Darth Vader now in a modern sense of film. When he first popped on the screen, I was like, whoa, because now he's not this weird, awkward, wide shot angle.
He wasn't 720p.
Yeah. It's not this weird, now he's actually, he looks good, especially that scene. That's one of my favorite scenes in Star Wars, where he's in the hallway and then he lights up the lightsaber and it starts murking everybody. That's a great scene. But I do agree with Ben.
I have one more question. Have you guys both seen Obi-Wan?
Yes, I saw Obi-Wan.
Okay, what did you think about it?
I've seen parts of it.
I just liked the last episode.
Okay, cool. All right, I was gonna say the best part was that fight was
great.
My favorite.
Yeah, that was the only thing
I think that whole
to.
entire season was just for that fight.
It was. I mean, I didn't really care about what he was doing with Princess Leia. That was obviously not planned. They threw that storyline in there.
I think so. Yeah.
You could tell just by the way that they had we're leading up to the big battle, but we got to throw Princess Leia was always with Obi-Wan. You know what I mean? And then all that stuff. But definitely, I only like the fight scene.
See, this is also one of my hot takes as well. Damn, we have a lot of hot takes this episode.
Oh, but hot takes are fun.
I know, I love them.
Hot takes are fun.
I really like The Force Awakens. That's the first one with Rey and whatnot.
Yes.
Yeah, I really like that movie. Not. I've always get people going, that movie's garbage. Personally, I really like that movie.
I don't think a lot of people liked it because they killed off Han Solo.
Yeah.
Like, even my mom said it. My mom's like, well, how do you kill off Han Solo? I was like, well, first of all, logistically, Harrison Ford's 80 years old. He's not going to do any more Star Wars movies. He barely did an Indiana Jones movie. But real quick, for Force Awakens, I think what they made a mistake with those three movies was that they didn't focus on Finn's character too much. When it came to the second movie, I mean, I thought it was such a cool idea of having a rogue stormtrooper.
Yeah, it's awesome.
But they didn't do anything with him between Last Jedi and the Rise of Skywalker. Yeah. I think they should have made him possibly the main thing, and it would have been so cool for him to become a Jedi.
Like his new awakening, essentially.
Literally, it would have been so cool for the stormtrooper.
So full circle.
Mm-hmm. But I think that's one of the mistakes they made. But yes, Star Wars is oversaturated, and I am not excited for Mandalorian.
Well, that kind of leads us into our last hot take as well.